First bull of the week. Good evening. Hey, what's up? This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Ware, Coins and Precious Metals, and ConciergeBullion.com in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. Beautiful weather we've got here in South Florida. It dipped last night. I think it was like in the mid 60s. Woke up this morning in the mid 60s as well. Got the live John Pennekamp camera up. One of my favorites now. Just the number of corals and tropical fish. Florida's a beautiful place to live, but you know, wherever you are in the world, if you take the time to look around, you live in a beautiful place, I'm sure. Even deserts, I guess. Okay, what do we got to talk about today? Well, sorry about that. Let me continue that camera. Not an awful lot. Look, there's a grunt back there hiding behind the, I think we saw him last night, actually. Not a lot to talk about in markets, kind of sideways. You know, all the action that's happening in the gold and silver markets are just bullshit. It's just painting the tape and spoofing and all kinds of other bullshit going on right now with especially gold. I'm really surprised. Usually it's silver getting monkey hammered pretty badly. It looks like gold's been getting the monkey hammer love as well from the big crooks at the CME group and elsewhere in the LBMA market as well. And let me do a quick refresh here and see where we are for spot prices. No quote of the day today. I've given you enough for this year, so I'm sure we could all use a break from Brian's quotes here, except for the end one. But we'll get there in a little bit. 1628.28 gold right now. Market is open, reopened 1867. Silver 916.25 gold. Platinum. If we take a look at the markets today. Overall, well, let's take a look at the ranges here. All right, we'll go down here. In the world market, 1623, as low as it was last night, I think, or later in the day yesterday. High is 1645, back down to 1628. I'm going to take a look at the 24-hour chart here just to show you where this manipulative, collusive behavior. That's the only thing the charts are good for. They're not good for telling you what it's going to do here in the future, what it's going to do in the near term. And you can't even figure out what's happening in the past because it's so manipulated and it's so much bullshit. I hate that word manipulated. I'm so tired of using it, but it's just so crooked and God, I got to figure a better word than manipulated. I'm just tired of using that frickin' word. But I guess we all are, aren't we? But that's what we live in, a manipulated world. 1870 with silver, low of 1826. There's quite a range. A high in 1900. $19, which I saw today. What time was $19? I think it was about mid-afternoon or something like that. Again, we'll look at the charts here and tell us when the crooks drove it up and when the crooks drove it back down. Platinum above that $900 mark, handily at $918 right now. And platinum just hanging on, holding strong so far. If it is a tell, like it has been for the last several months, or it seems like it's been a tell with the other metal, as far as the other metals, where they're going to go. It looks like we're kind of hit our bottoms here potentially, especially with silver. I'm not so sure with gold. It sure looks like they're trying to hit that lower 1600 mark and get their fill, them greedy bastards. All right, let me move out of here. I'm just tired of talking about manipulation. It gets old after a while. And everybody knows the story here, especially you folks that watch my videos all the time. 24-hour spot silver bids. Let's take a look at when most of the monkey hammer occurred. And where are we at today? Here, we're in the green. Started about 1830. You can see in the overnight markets, take a look at this. There it is, New York NYMEX. That's the markets we're used to dealing with in the daytime. These are the overnight markets. There's London right there. There's the New York Globex markets and the Globex markets, which we call the after-hour markets. And that's where most of the monkey hammering has been happening, is in the after markets and the evening markets. I suspect between London and New York Globex markets. Well, let's take a look here. Again, downward motions there in the middle of the Crimex markets, NYMEX markets up there. I think Ted Butler put it best that you take a look at these patterns, when they're happening, how they're happening, and who the traders are. It kind of screams what they call painting the tape. And I'm going to kind of share that with you here and pull up the Investopedia. Ready? Investopedia. Ted Butler threw that out there a couple weeks ago, that most of the trading that we see going on in the daytime markets, in the Crimex, COMEX markets, and probably the LBMA markets, are painting the tape. And let's see what that term actually means here. And there we go. I like Investopedia. I think they're one of the best out there when you're looking for financial terms. Painting the tape. Painting the tape. All right, let's see what that says. Painting the tape definition. I like that. We'll hit the first one there. What is painting the tape? Painting the tape is a form of market manipulation whereby market players attempt to influence the price of security by buying and selling it amongst themselves to create the appearance of substantial trading activity. The goal of painting the tape is to create the illusion of increased interest in a stock, well, we'll say a commodity as well, to trick investors into buying shares which would drive the price higher. Painting the tape is a type of market manipulation where market players attempt to influence the price of a security at the expense of the investors. Painting the tape, I believe, can also be done in a downward fashion as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Painting the tape increases volume and attracts investors who then may push price higher. The market manipulation will then sell their holdings to investors that are unaware of them. Painting the tape is an illegal, well, who cares, illegal. I don't think anybody cares what these bastards do, illegal or not anymore. But there you go, painting the tape. And I think that explains a lot of the a lot of the spikes and the valleys that we're seeing in the gold and silver markets probably over the last couple months. Well, anyways, just like I said, great opportunity to buy these dips, folks. You know, if they're going to drive these prices down into these ridiculous cheap levels, I don't see it being much different than if someone was driving the price of gasoline or food or anything else down to ridiculously cheap levels. You take advantage of it. You take advantage of their crooked behavior by, again, buying great products at dirt cheap prices. All right, well, anyway, something I'm just tired. God, I'm just so tired talking about it. All right, let me get out of here and get into something here different, which is what are the best deals out there. Of course, you know I like to show SD Bullion because they are a reputable company like APMEX JM, and they're very competitive. I've got a great deal, folks, on silver that I can beat the pants off of SD, APMEX, and JM Bullion, which is 1 ounce silver rounds. By Hamilton Mint. I've got them in, you can buy them in boxes, sealed boxes of 500. You can buy them individually. The price is going to run you in smaller quantities, less than several hundred ounces, less than 1,000 ounces or 1,500 ounces. $4 and, I'm sorry, 1,500. I'll match their prices for sure. I'll beat their prices. They're getting $23.53. What can I sell them for $1,500 or plus? Or even if you're buying one, let me give you a price here real quick. I'm going to use their spot prices, which is usually 10 or 15 cents higher than reality. Here, give me 1 second here. 18.85 plus 4.15.
It's 23.
I have got 1 ounce silver rounds right now for $23 per unit, whether you're buying one or 1,500. And again, probably, the best deal out there as far as 1 ounce rounds go right now, because I believe that, let's take a look at JM Bullion. I've not looked for a little while. Let's see if they're any cheaper. You would think they might be. Let me take a look. JM Bullion, let's see if they've got any 1 ounce silver rounds available cheaper than what I can sell them for. I'm thinking probably not. In stock, in stock silver. And where are bars? Bars. All right, we'll just go to in-stock silver. Oh, I just saw bars. Ready? Where the heck to go? There we go. As low as, well, take a look at that. I can still beat the pants off of JM Bullion as well. What did I tell you? $23 or something like that is what I told you I could sell them for. Let me just double check that. Boy, $1 cheaper than them on their 500 quantity. Well, needless to say, I've got a fantastic deal on silver, and you don't have to buy 100-ounce bars or kilo bars or 10-ounce bars to get this great price. I've got 1 ouncers, folks. Why they last, hit me up at spot plus 415. As far as gold goes, oh man, what's the best deal out there? Always has been for like the last couple years. Gold bars, and what specifically 1 ounce gold bars. I've had a good line on Valcombi 1 ounce gold bars for quite some time. I've been selling them for spot plus $74, but guess what? That just dried up. It just went to hell. I can't even get a delivery time on 1 ounce gold bars right now as far as the Valcombis and some of the Swiss mints go. So it's kind of useless calling me and ask me if I what the price is, but typically it's been spot plus 74. I am sourcing some stuff right now. I have a good source with my refinery that I deal with. They also make 1 ounce gold bars, so I'm going to talk to them. Looks like a 2-week delay in those at the very least, though. But meanwhile, folks, here we go. The gold product is starting to dry up as well. Premiums are starting to go up on the gold products. Even my favorite product for the last year, which has been 1 ounce gold bars, only because of the price has been so cheap on them. The price point, spot plus $74 or less for the last year. Can't beat that compared to Gold Eagles, and Maples, which are $100 plus now. Gold Eagles are close to that $200 range on delayed delivery. Now gold bars, go figure. There is just a shortage of metal out there in general, folks. It's hitting the wholesale and the retail markets pretty damn hard. I'm a little bit, I don't know if I can sell gold bars right now. I just can't replace them at this moment, but I am working on that. The next best deal that I have is probably going to be gold maple leafs. I think I can supply those to you guys out there for spot plus between $100 and $110 or something in that range while that lasts. But man, even the gold products are starting to dry up right now. So be careful. I mean, the prices are down, but the premiums are going to shoot up dramatically, and the availability of a lot of this product is like nil, none, or very delayed. And you can tell that just by looking at the big guys like SD, JM, and APMEX Precious Metals. Across the board, all their sites, if you look at most of their stuff, notify me, notify me, notify me, not available, not available, not available, delayed delivery, delayed delivery. So product is getting very tough. It makes no frickin' sense. In a real world, not in clown world that we're living in today, but in the real world where supply and demand really means something and fundamentals really mean something, gold and silver should be double, triple the prices they are right now, folks. I'm telling you. But this market manipulation has so screwed up the price discovery that it's really starting to affect actual supply. Demand is still big. Supply is just like ever dwindling. And now we're seeing it in gold. All right, let's get into yesterday's video, which is I got a deal for you. And I was going to talk about the Fed tonight. And, everybody talks about the Fed, but I was going to talk about the Fed, where it ultimately is going, and how, I've been saying for quite some time that people mistaken higher interest rates in the fact that treasuries will be higher and some bonds are going to be higher and pay out more money, that is the reason for gold to be down. That's a bullshit narrative told by people that have no frickin' clue what they're talking about. There's nobody in their right mind that wouldn't buy gold or get out of gold because they honestly believe that treasuries or bonds are paying more than the inflation rate. Anybody that thinks that bonds or treasuries are in the positive yield rate only deceiveth themselves. All right, and that's the only reason you would get out of gold and get into those kind of investments is because they pay a positive real rate. But the narrative is that we're almost in or near or at positive real rates, but we're not, folks. And that's based on the narrative is based on the CPI reports and the inflation index. The official inflation index, which we know is entirely full of shit. It's got to be at least 50% or double what they actually are telling us, in my opinion. I'm going to go with that 50% number, just not to be too far over the top. All right, I digress. Let's talk about, I got a deal for you. Basically, yesterday's video was about this great freaking deal I found on 1 ounce rounds, on silver rounds. Well, let me answer some questions here. Not much to talk about last night's video. It was purely giving you the heads up on some great deals that I got, or a great deal that I have. Mr. Borat Wow says, got something against Canadians browsing your website. Forbidden visitors. No, I don't got anything against Canadians. I love Canadians. It's just that our website is pretty much closed down outside of anyone out of the continental U.S. because we don't sell anything on our website. It's basically just where we are, who we are, and what we are. So that's why you can't really see my website outside this country. And really, Commercial Rare Coins is primarily a domestic, local, regional business anyway here in South Florida, our brick and mortar. Now, I did just open conciergebullion.com to again, not a typical APMEX, JM, and SD website, just kind of a phone number there for you to call me and be able to buy products cheaper than you can get them probably pretty much anywhere in the country for larger deals, over 1,500 ounces of silver and over 100 ounces of gold. But I'm going to get into that in a moment. The reason we just don't show our website around the world because there's no need to. We're never going to do business with people from Canada directly unless they're coming down to visit us, which is a possibility. But the other big reason is we were getting a lot of denial of service or something, a lot of hacks and problems with a lot of IP addresses that were outside the United States. That's the real reason, is the reason we stopped, again, just did domestically only. Sorry about that, Mr. Borat. Wow, and thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. You could probably use a VPN too, and use a US IP address and access our site. That might be a way to get around that. Thanks, Mr. Borat. Wow. Have yourself a good weekend or a good day. Clinton DeMoss says, hey, Brian, and I say to Clinton DeMoss, hey, Clinton. John Gordon, do you bury your silver down that crappy surf beach? Oh, man, that's, yeah, I know it's crappy surf here, but you don't have to tell me it is. Oh, Jesus. I like your old long, I am a pirate, John, so be careful. Anyways, have a good day. Zane Underwood, what's up? Michael Matthew, Rob F., Gary Wright, fish guy, my wife in the bed. I turned to your video. My wife said, are you watching the fish guy again? You tell your wife yes, and say hello to the wife and give her a kiss on the cheek for me. What's up, Gary? And, Joe McDonald, not one F-bomb, so this is what being sober is like. No. In fact, some of my best F-bombs would come from the morning in the coffee videos I did. Drinking does not influence my F-bombs, really. Really, my mood does, per se, and so does everybody's. But no less, cheers to you, my friend, and I hope your evening is well, and cheers to all my friends out there. Judith and Dan Davis, what is your best price in generic 10-ounce bars? Looking to buy a few. Wow, that's a good question. I have to see what replacement prices are in generic 10-ounce bars, but don't buy 10-ounce bars right now. If you're going to buy 10-ounce bars from me, I'm going to put you into 1-ounce rounds because they're cheaper and a better deal, far better deal. So I can get you 1-ounce rounds right now for spot plus $4.15. I am dead certain that that I don't have that same line on 10s, even though I could beat the price of Atmex, JM Bullion, and SD Bullion on their 10-ounce bars. They're still going to be more than the ones that I own, and I highly recommend anyone that come in my store to buy the 1-ounce bars that I have on special at spot plus $4.15. Stick with the 1-ounce bars. No reason to buy hundreds, kilos, or 10s or anything else right now. Why this deal is available. Juan says, Brian, what type of silver rounds did you pick up from your friend? They are Hamilton Mint, Juan. Juan, that name sounds familiar. Hamilton Mint, and I'm a friend of mine, Juan, okay? Just wondering if you might be one and the same. Hamilton Mint, and just to put the word out there, great domestic company here. I think they're in Florida, Georgia, or somewhere, but they make a great product and widely distributed product as well. Can't beat the price on them, though. Kenny Durbin says, do you mail small amounts of rounds around the country? Kenny, oh man, I wish I could. I'm just not set up to do it. Many years ago, I looked into getting into, starting an online precious metals website, where you could order stuff right online, but the logistics, the amount of effort, time, and money that goes into, a real effective precious metal website is huge, man. And it's not just building the site and maintaining it; it's also servicing it. It's very, and again, I got great admiration for Atmex, SD Bullion, and JM Bullion. I think they're monsters in the business. I think they're, again, the 800-pound gorillas out there, and I can still beat their prices. But a lot of respect, and that's not easy to do. A lot of people think, you just open up but it's not. And that's the reason I can't do smaller amounts. It's just recently that I started up conciergebullion.com to help people buying larger amounts in the continental U.S. But again, it's not an online deal. You can't go on there and order product. It's basically Concierge Bullion is a private kind of clubby deal where you give me, not private club, but where you call us up and we do bank wires only, no PayPal, no, nothing like that. We do bank wires only for larger amounts, and we do the traditional forms of shipping, like the old days. But again, it's not, I don't have an online website to be able to do that. I wish I did, Kenny, I really do. It's just the cost and the ability to do that is just not within my realm at this moment. But I highly recommend you always find a good local dealer to do business with. If you can't find a good local dealer to do business with, APMEX, SD, and JM Bullion are very competitive on their prices. But again, if you live in South Florida or you're buying larger amounts of gold and silver, you can come see me. Thanks, Kenny. Have yourself a nice day. Appreciate your comments. Andy says that the mints and foundries of Europe will have to shut down. Good point here. Well, it's kind of interesting. I haven't really read much whether they're going to be shutting down the foundries of Europe. There's a certain types of businesses that are considered important to the economies and local economies. And I think the foundry business, especially in gold, in Europe are considered important businesses. There are huge amounts of export, lots of money that's exported out of these countries as a fact. I mean, not many people know this, but you know what? The Massachusetts is the largest exporter of gold in this country. You know that? Bigger than Alaska, California. You think Alaska would be the big exporter of gold? Nope, Massachusetts. Why? Because of the refinery metal ore in Massachusetts is the largest exporter of gold, pretty much maybe in this country, well, maybe not in the country, but the largest exporter. It's Massachusetts' largest export. Think about that. It's not software. It's not electronics. It's freaking gold. Massachusetts, because of a refinery. But anyways, I'm not quite sure refineries are going to get shut down. Here's what I do see. The cost of refining products is going to go up because of energy costs, probably substantially. So therefore, your premiums are going to probably go up substantially as well. Again, that's my opinion. Can't say he's wrong, but I just can't see him shutting them down entirely. But maybe that's what we're seeing right now with the lack of product too as well. So might have something there. Silver liner, do you think platinum spots will go higher like they did in 2000? I just don't know. Platinum is so unloved. And what do they say? It's always best to buy a good product when it's unloved, or a good investment when it's unloved. Thanks for the update. We appreciate sharing knowledge you do. Oh, you're welcome, William Price. I appreciate that. All right, folks. Well, if you get a chance, hit that like and subscribe button. I really appreciate that. And that's really about it. I'm going to call it quits here. Of course, my theme for the year has been Think for Yourself, Question Authority. And this is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins. Well, let me go with conciergebullion.com. Conciergebullion.com. Again, not a standard website where you can order stuff off of. This is our business that we can do business with people anywhere in the continental U.S. Over the phone is the only way we do it. We don't do it online. And again, we advertise to beat APMEX, SD, JM Bullion, and a lot of the big dealers out there as well on their prices. So give us a call or contact us at conciergebullion.com if you live anywhere in the continental U.S. and you're buying more than 1,500 ounces of silver or more than 100 ounces of gold. If you're buying less than that, anywhere from 1 ounce to thousands of ounces of silver and gold as well, come by and see us at our store at Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. We're open 10 to 4 Mondays through Fridays. Happy to help you out as well. Again, we don't do any shipping, folks. We're not set up to do small sales. We're not set up to do actually any kind of online sales. We're pretty much a brick and mortar company. And again, conciergebullion.com is a telephone, do business by telephone like the old school days business. So, and that's again for mostly larger deals. All right, hey, thanks for watching. Have yourself a good evening. You can find me on, where is it? What the heck is it? Twitter. Just kind of starting to build that. Just started that, and you can find me as Brian Kuzmar out there. Going to start posting some videos out there. You can also find me at this new forum here. So in case you never find me at, you don't find me at this one, you might find me at this one. But I'd like to thank the viewers out there that are watching me. Not a lot out there, but no less. Thank every one of you. And that's really about it, folks. I guess I will talk to you tomorrow. And meanwhile, have yourself a good evening. And that's it. Bye.